Hi everybody, PJ here, and today I am going to show you some radios, but I'm not going to talk about a specific radio. What I'm going to talk about today is the digital trap. A lot of people like to talk locally to their friends and talk on repeaters and have like local group chats, and they chat away between themselves, and that's how they enjoy radio. Some people like to go on HF and talk all over the world on 10 watts or 20 watts or even 1,000 watts, and it's all done with radio waves. Some people like digital. Digital radio is something that's controversial to some people. Some people don't class it as real radio, because what happens is you can have a really cheap handset like this one. Fantastic little radio, works well on FM, but I can still get around the world on it, because down the road from me there's a repeater that's connected to the internet, and when I go on that repeater, it connects me all over the world. The other day I was chatting to a bloke in New South Wales in Australia, which is not bad, when you consider I'm in Worksop, Nottinghamshire. And we had a real good conversation, and we were chatting for about 20 minutes or so, and it was great. But some people like to use digital modes and connect to digital repeaters. Now I've got three different radios here. I've got an Anytone, and that operates on the DMR system. I've got a Yaesu that operates on the Fusion system. And I've got an ICOM which works on the D-Star system. The problem is that a D-Star radio won't work on Fusion or DMR, and vice versa with the other two units. So if you've not got a repeater in your area that can connect or that you can connect a digital radio to, so if you've not got a Fusion repeater in your area or a D-Star repeater in your area, well, you've had it really, haven't you? You might as well just stick to FM. Now I know these radios are more expensive and they've got more features and they work better and everything else like that. But is it worth spending 400 or 500 quid on a digital radio if there's no repeater nearby? Now I'm quite lucky. I tend to travel around a lot, and while I'm out and about travelling, I can connect to some of these digital repeaters. But there's none around me. Well, there's a D-Star repeater around me, but I never seem to get anywhere on it. It connects to Skegness and doesn't go much further than Skegness. You know, I have seen one other person from the Isle of Man on there, and I've seen one person from United States on there, but that's about it. Whereas on my cheap radio, connecting to the local repeater, I've been all over. I've been to America, not literally like, but you know, I've been into America, I've been into Australia. The very first call I made got into the Netherlands. So I've done that on a really, really cheap radio. Now there is a solution. You can have what they call a hotspot in your house. Now a hotspot is a little box. It's connected via Wi-Fi to the internet, and your radio connects to the hotspot. And the beauty of these is it will do DMR, it will do D-Star, it will do Fusion, but your radio is only transmitting wherever you've put it in the house. So I'm sat here in the kitchen, Radio Shack, and if I get one, it's going to be in the living room, in front of the living room window, so I'm only transmitting on a radio on half a watt, I don't know, what, 20, 25 foot? And some people don't class this as real radio. Now, I'll be honest, I don't care. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. For me, if I can get out and talk to people all over the world, really I don't care how I do it, as long as I can do it. And I really understand these people that do HF and have big antennas in the garden and, you know, do it all on the radio rather than digitally. I can understand the thrill of doing that, but I can also understand the thrill of doing it digitally through the internet. So are these radios worth buying? Yes and no. They are quality pieces of equipment, more so than, I hate to say it, than the cheap Chinese radios. They have a lot more features. I mean, they've got built-in GPS and all that kind of stuff. But so is a cheap Bofang that you can get for 35 quid that's got GPS in. But the beauty is that the quality, the sound reproduction, the feel of the hand in the hand, and how they operate. Everybody's messaging me at the moment. How they operate is of a much higher quality than your cheap radios. Is it a digital trap? I don't know. I think it depends on the individual. You know, I'm quite happy with the equipment I've got. I'm happy that I've got all three digital options open to me. And yes, I will be getting a hotspot so that I can go on D-Star and talk all over the world, so that I can go on Fusion and I can go on DMR. It gives me more opportunity. I mean, I've got radios on now through the day in the UK. A lot of people are at work and it can be difficult to get a contact through the day. On an evening, everybody's on and everybody's chatting. But for me, I don't work anymore. I'm nearly 70. So the contacts are few and far between through the day. The only way I can get contacts through the day is to go FM, connect to the repeater down the road that's connected to the internet, and talk to people in other countries where the time shift is different, you know, where they finish work or they're driving to work, or, you know, all that kind of stuff. But no, I don't consider that it is a digital trap. I understand that some people kind of like just want to work on D-Star or DMR or whatever. The DMR radios are the more difficult to program, but they're the cheaper ones. Fusion is very, very easy to operate and to set up, and D-Star is kind of in the middle. But they all have a similar kind of function. They all allow you to connect to the internet and get out over the world without having great big aerials in your garden. I mean, let's face it, if you live in a flat somewhere in a tower block, you can't have a massive aerial in the garden. Say you're a pensioner and you live in a council bungalow or something like that, you can't have a big aerial up in the garden. So that's when a hotspot comes in handy. Now, I know I'm babbling on a bit. I just want to make the point that you can get by without buying digital radios that tend to be more expensive than just working on FM, especially if you've got a repeater close by that is connected to the internet. But there again, for me, it's not just making the contacts, it's figuring out how these things work. I'm looking forward to getting a hotspot and taking the time to learn about it, how to connect it to the internet, how to connect my radios to the hotspot, and all the programming and everything that goes with it. So there's more to it than actually just, you know, anybody there, you know, I'm standing by. There's more to it than that, for me, personally. Some people don't want to do the programming. They want to get somebody in to help them or do it for them. But for me, it's not just about being on the radio. It's learning about the hotspot. It's learning about the different types of radios. And it's learning about the programming. Anyway, I think I've waffled on long enough now. My conclusion is, yes, it can be a it can be a money pit buying digital radios, but I think overall and in the long run, for me personally, and this is just my personal opinion, yes, it's worth doing, and I will be buying myself a hotspot and using that, which once again is more money. Oh, the other thing about a hotspot is when I go to my daughter's in Durham, I can't get any repeaters from where she lives. It's miles from anywhere. It's in the sticks, and there's massive hills all around, so I can't get a repeater. And that's where a hotspot will come on its own. You know, I can connect it to her Wi-Fi and still get out and talk to the world. So that's one good thing about a hotspot. Anyway, if you think I've waffled on and I'm a bit of a wobble gob, let me know. If you think I'm talking absolute rubbish, let me know. Anyway, just leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Do you think that digital radios are worth it or not? Like I say, I've waffled on enough. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up. I didn't cover my face up this time. Please share, please like, and guess what? I'll see you in the next one. Bye everybody. I'll see you soon.